I want you to read in 2011 where we start.
Sorry. This is Anand, Time to Regularize Scrap Iron Industry. It's written by Anna Ramdas. Attorney General Alan Ramlogan yesterday sounded an early warning to scrap excuse me again, to scrap iron dealers, urging them to prepare proposals with the aim of regulating the industry and protecting the environment. At the post-cabinet press briefing at the Diplomatic Center, St. Anne's, Ramlogan said he, together with Trade Minister Stephen Cadiz, has agreed to meet with members of the Scrap Iron Association next Tuesday. The CEO of the Environmental Management Authority and the Comptroller of Customs and Excise will also be in attendance at the meeting. Ramlogan said, for far too long, the scrap iron industry has been largely unregulated, and this was a golden opportunity to regulate the industry. He said he expects the scrap iron dealers to bring proposals on the following: how they intend to store the scrap iron without utilizing the government roads, road reserves, and pavements, what measures they are taking to deal with the protection of neighbors and others in the communities where they live to prevent rats, snakes, cockroaches, and dengue, having regard to the iron being kept as scrap for a prolonged period. Ramlogan said scrap iron dealers who are involved in trade cannot have old vehicles parked up for years. It cannot be that you are involved in the scrap iron business and you claim to be from the lower rungs of the social ladder, that you can create a public nuisance and escape, said Ramlogan. Those who earn a legitimate source of income from the scrap iron business have nothing to worry about and fear, he added. He said it was time for the EMA to step up and prepare proper inspection and regulation of the scrap iron yards in the public interest. The next one, scrap iron to be regularized. Again from Anna Ramdas. Trade Minister Stephen Cadiz. Oh, this first one, sorry, is from Friday the 9th, 2011. The second one, I don't have the date here. Sorry, it's 15th of the 9th month, 2011. Trade Minister Stephen Cadiz has said legislation to regularize the scrap iron industry will be brought to Parliament soon. Cadiz and Attorney General Anand Ramlogan met with the scrap iron dealers on Tuesday at the Attorney General's office, St. Vincent Street, Port of Spain. Describing the meeting as excellent, Cadiz told the Express that discussions were based on regularizing the industry. He pointed out that the current act under which the scrap dealers operate was passed in 1904 and is outdated. We need to find immediate solutions on the banning of the export of all scrap. This has caused some distress on the part of scrap dealers, said Cadiz. The dealers, he said, explained that some 2,000 people were employed in the scrap iron industry and now are on the breadline. The Attorney General had issued an order to stop the exportation of scrap iron. We have to find ways and means of making it work under the new legislation, said Cadiz. He further noted that there are 60 scrap iron dealers in the country and more than half are operating without a license. Cadiz said the scrap iron dealers have agreed to work in compliance with regulations and standards by the EMA. There are issues of money laundering and other crimes when you have an unregulated industry, said Cadiz.
All right. So Trinidad and Tobago. All of these came in when we had this industry had been shut down in 2011, 2012. At the government that time, we had sat down with them. And whilst we sat down with them today, and some other days, about 2, 4, 5 days, they had opened back the industry. Because they see the importance of the industry. They had understand that we understand this industry. And that is why they opened it back immediately after they shut it down, when they was claiming people steeping bridge and people steeping this. They do that, and they work with us. And the theft had stopped because they had worked with us. If you have people that supposed to work with you all, and they're leaving you by yourself, you know what's going to happen to you. And they wanted that to happen to us, that they could come and blame us. But I want the director to play something. I don't agree with everything that they say in this, in the people that vex that this happening now. The people that are on the ground, the people that in the dumps that speaking now, because it's like a man going to work every day. And tomorrow you tell him no work for him. And these are the people that can't get work nowhere else, because they will have a little bad criminal record and they want to change, and they're making change into their life. And they're trying the best. And we will be helping them by giving them employment, because nobody don't want to hear from them, you know. Nobody don't want to see them because they come from certain areas. Nobody don't want to talk to them. And we will take it upon ourselves to say we not going to not going to leave out nobody in Trinidad. We're going to help them. And whilst we're doing that, you now want to take this away from me and tell me that you will regulate it. Well, listen to me. You want us to check a ban for 6 months? Let me tell you something. It's only because as a man fear me, Lord, that because the kind of call I get and the kind of thing people want to do, I will never authorize it. I will never support that kind of thing some people have in their head. But director, before I continue and I move from this area, I want you to place some people in Dump Roads and other parts of Trinidad for me, please. Let them hear. Let the government hear them.
Every time I go in the grocery, the prices go higher. I can't afford to make grocery like I could have buy $500, $600 in grocery because the iron price not good. We struggling. So I support any drive for progress because that is what we want, progress. And Dr. Keith Rowley, I don't know what it is you're doing because Dump Road people suffering. Because it have nothing since it with the COVID, we suffering. Or they're not helping we. If they come to give people, if they come to shout a little food, it's because they're picking and choosing, and that is not right, Dr. Rowley, because I vote for you. And all this calamity, I cannot understand what it is you really doing. You are doing nothing for the people who support you. So what must we do now? What must we do now, Dr. Keith Rowley? Come on, man. We's poor people, we's black people, we's your people. Why are you doing this to us? Stop doing that to us and support us, because we is your people. When time for election, we all over supporting you. And now you let us down. You let us down big time now. It's a years we doing, we scrap iron. And what happened now? What happened to we now? Nah, man, Dr. Rowley, I can't believe it's you doing this. Support us. Support us, I beg in the name of God. Support us and don't take away the rightful what we just be doing. That is not right.
I support.
Yeah, I support.
I will be supported.
I support.
I support.
I'm supporting.
Hi, my name is Nancy P. I'm a scrap leader and I support Scrap Iron Association in their drive for progress.
35 years I have been doing this scrap work. I have no other means, I have no other use, I get the money. Everybody else just do the same work, the same scrap work, and helping the family. Right? Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, all they do want to give black people nothing. We get nothing from all here. If we don't create our own job, it will have more crime in the country. Like all they supporting crime, because all they sell out is spot, all they sell out is steel mill. You know? Just remember, all we had a steel mill here, and all they sell it out. You know? Right? And all they're giving us nothing. All they're not giving us nothing. The rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. Look, we hustling scrap iron and you want to take that away from poor people. There's a wicked man, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. I telling you, there's a wicked man. You're not giving poor people nothing. You're not standing up for poor people. Look there, look COVID in the place. Why you don't give everybody with an ID card food? Give everybody with an ID card food. You don't have to give them money, you know, but give them food so they can eat. You alone eating. You alone eating. Nobody else is eating more than you alone, and then we hustling scrap iron and you coming to condemn that and take that and give somebody else that, boy. All the wicked, so that's not right. That is not right. And I'm speaking out to all scrap members and all scrap men, stand up for all their rights, because that is what all they're living off for. Don't let them just come and take it from we just so. protest for all your rights, because this whole thing, he and about this whole thing is, we know about this is, we created this work so everybody could get something in Trinidad and Tobago. Look how much people that do scrap work. Watch how much people that do scrap work. You know how much people that helping? If it wasn't for that, it's real gunshots in the place, Dr. K. Christopher Rowley. Be get real and get serious and do the right thing for poor people, not for yourself. The more you have is the more you want. The more you have is the more you want. The rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. Come on, man, Christopher Rowley.
Right.